Thank you for the opportunity to be in community with you today. With the current state of our nation and of our world, it has never been more important to stay connected with like-minded people who are driving visibility, opportunity, and growth for Black entrepreneurs everywhere. Strengthening communities of color is something P&G cares about. It's a key element of our commitment we have made to serve as both a force for good and a force for growth around the world. As a Black man in the C-suite of a Fortune 50 company, it's also important to me personally. Everyone here understands how important it is for people of color to be seen and heard and to have the opportunity to lead and succeed. It's one of the reasons I believe so deeply in the work that we are doing at P&G to create equity, access, and opportunity with true equality as the ultimate goal. Around the world, P&G brands touch the lives of 5 billion consumers every day. We strive to serve all our consumers in the way that they want to be served better than anyone else. It starts with understanding people as people in the full context of their lives, with superior products that are relevant to their everyday experiences, representing them fully and authentically in content. Yes, in film and TV, but in our case, advertising. And of course, creating opportunities for growth, mutual success, and where needed, structural change. We can't do this without living all of these commitments from the inside out. Today, P&G strives to be the best employer for people of color so that everything we do to serve all our consumers is informed by the real lived experiences of all members of our community. We're not perfect, far from it, but we are transparent about the journey. We talk openly about what we're getting right, what we're getting wrong, and how we're learning along the way. We do this because we recognize both our opportunity and our responsibility as a leader. Our top priority while serving consumers is always to do the right thing, but to do it in a meaningful and a sustainable way and serve as an example for our consumers, our peers, and our business partners. But unapologetically, we also do it because doing good is good business. When a consumer makes a choice about which product to buy, that decision is not just driven by the quality and value of the product. We know it's also driven by the values and lived behaviors of the brand and the company behind it. The 2020 Edelman Trust Barometer, an annual survey that measures the state of trust in the world, shows us that trust drives consumer relationships with businesses, meaning that consumers are actively seeking out brands that share a common purpose and recognize and address their needs as an individual, which reinforces a journey we've been on for some time at P&G. It's just one more reason why we seek to learn from people of all genders and gender identities, white people and people of color, and people of various abilities, so that we understand their unique needs and how we can serve them. Those insights lead to differentiated products and communications that connect deeply and emotionally with consumers in a meaningful way. The beauty industry is a perfect example of this. When it comes to hair care, for generations, the majority of brands have not created formulas for women of color. Sure, they formulate for straight, wavy, and curly, for oily and dry scalps. But what about for 3B or 4C curl types, if they've even heard of them? What about for chemically relaxed hair? Major brands typically don't speak this language or serve the needs of consumers with specific hair textures, leaving them unfulfilled. And for far too long, even we were part of that problem. That until a group of Black PhDs here at P&G developed the Gold series of hair care products, made by us for us. Gold series is designed to provide strength and moisture for people of color, specifically women with relaxed, natural, or transitioning hair, and it was created by scientists who deeply understand the unique needs of textured hair. But it goes simply beyond creating a product. Creating compelling packaging, speaking authentically to consumers, and making the products available for how we shop are also critically important to success. Hair texture, of course, is a much bigger conversation that also impacts how consumers experience shaving with a cartridge razor. This, yes, coming from the people at Gillette, the world's largest shaving company. For decades here, we listened to consumer feedback that told us that closeness and comfort were the primary factors that men were looking for in a shaving experience. But when we looked closely at that data, we saw that those desires were held primarily by white men. Black men were having a completely different conversation and a completely different shaving experience, one that will not be a surprise to you. The difference in hair texture between Black and white consumers meant that a close razor shave was comfortable for some, but not so great from others. Razor bumps, a common problem. We became focused on making the shaving experience desirable for all men, and developed a better appreciation for the breadth of those unique needs. Today, Gillette Skin Guard is the first multi-bladed razor designed specifically for men who avoided shaving with the cartridge razor because of the pain and scarring that can come from ingrown hairs, razor bumps, as we refer to them. Gillette's razor has a one-of-a-kind skin guard that minimizes the tug and pull of normal shaving and to cut the hair at the skin level to prevent irritation. And Gillette, importantly, just didn't change the product design. The brand also changed the way it spoke to and connected with Black men. Just watch.
As a barber, nothing's gonna beat my shave, especially for guys who tend to get razor bumps from ordinary razors at home. So when they can't see me, there's Gillette Skin Guard, a razor that's made different and designed just for men with skin that's easily irritated. It flattens the skin and lifts the blade for a shave that's closer than a trimmer, but not too close for comfort. I mean, it's just right.
All right.
My God.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Skin Guard's off to a great start. At times, growth like this can certainly be organic, and at other times, we need to be honest about the capabilities beyond our own that can help us grow. It's a lesson you as entrepreneurs know too well. In this case, several years ago, we joined forces with Tristan Walker and Walker & Company brands. You may be familiar with Bevel grooming products for men and Form hair care products for women. Great brands and a great team and great capabilities to accelerate our journey. Changing conversations, changing how we operate, challenging our conscious and unconscious biases, this is our responsibility. You know, we are among the world's largest advertisers, and we serve the vast majority of people around the world. We embrace the fact that P&G has a dual obligation to remove the obstacles to true inclusion, to celebrate the real value of diversity, and to be a catalyst for change. We're fueled by the same resources and bias toward action that we apply to our most pressing business challenges and apply those to the same challenges that we face as a company and as a united global community. P&G's committed to use our reach and our voice in advertising to eliminate bias and promote equality. In partnership with our agencies, we've produced many short films that are intended to draw attention to this bias, spark conversation around it, and importantly, challenge the commonly held and often unconscious biases. These films, like The Talk, The Look, and The Choice, are designed not just to build empathy and understanding, but importantly, to lead to action. Let's take a look.
Who said that?
The lady at the store.
That is not a compliment.
Listen, it's an ugly, nasty word, and you are going to hear it. Nothing I can do about that. But you are not going to let that word hurt you. You hear me?
There are some people who think you don't deserve the same privileges just because of what you look like. It's not fair. It's not.
Remember, you can do anything they can. Difference is you gotta work twice as hard and be twice as smart.
Come straight home after practice. You got your ID? Guess I stopped you.
How's your review?
We're good.
You good?
Yeah,
You see?
we're good.
Okay. Good. Now, when you get pulled over,
I'm a good driver. Okay?
baby,
Don't worry.
this is not about you getting a ticket. This is about you not coming home.
I'm gonna be okay. Right? Okay.
Baby.
It's not fair. But you keep showing up.
You are not pretty for a black girl. You are beautiful, period. Okay? Don't ever forget that.
guys.
All I want with inverted tongue, from whence does fulfillment come? And I expel from this mortal shell, will I die for living up? Though you're someone I can't see, crawl on me, and I do.
And action really is our watchword. We're putting our money where our mouth is, driving change in our product lines and brands, expanding equality and accurate portrayal in advertising, and of course, engaging in partnerships and business ventures that level the playing field and unlock new opportunity for Black entrepreneurs. One of our goals is to make sure that the Black entrepreneurs who are creating the future have access to the same opportunities that they do to explore what's possible, to create new solutions, and to expand their impact. P&G is known for brands that have been around for generations. Crest toothpaste, Tide laundry detergent, Pampers diapers, to name a few. But what we're not quite as well known for are the business units that help develop new products, new ideas, and even new brands. One of those business units, P&G Ventures, is an early stage startup studio that is partnering with entrepreneurs, inventors, and startups to create and grow fast-moving consumer goods brands and businesses in target categories where P&G is not currently serving consumers today. P&G Ventures partnerships are all unique, but each one comes with access to P&G's experts, resources like funding or consumer insight, and capabilities that help partners find their best customers, prove their technology, and create their brands. P&G Ventures operates like a startup itself, moving quickly to link entrepreneurs to what they need now to accelerate their business, and staying dedicated to each venture over time to help ensure its long-term success. Like P&G, the reputation of our Ventures business unit is built on respect and fairness. That means stepping up to identify and develop women and entrepreneurs of color, and explore how to develop products and services that serve multicultural audiences. It's something that, in all honesty, we're still figuring out how to do best, to create that trust with entrepreneurs of color, and to demonstrate that we're not here to take over what they're doing, but to help and empower, and importantly, enable their success. This spring, P&G Ventures will host its first innovation challenge targeted specifically to Black and Brown entrepreneurs, designed to deliver against our promise to better see, hear, and serve all consumers. For those of you seeking to build and grow, and for those of you who know entrepreneurs of color who are struggling to find guidance, resources, funding, or support, I encourage you to participate. Spread the word, share the stories of entrepreneurs who are participating, and of course, bring your own ideas, your passion, and your energy to the challenge. Unequivocal data shows us that companies who are more diverse are better performing. When we do the right thing by focusing on humanity and equality, in other words, when we act as a force for good, we are also acting as a force for growth. We have to continue to empower each other, to create opportunity for each other, to challenge bias and racism when we see it, and to speak truth to power, and to use our own power to affect change. None of this is possible without organizations that are diverse, but more importantly, organizations that have a culture that embraces that diversity, hears and respects all voices, and who have the courage to understand where they have been, are, and can be complicit in systemic racism. This understanding, combined with swift, bold, and compelling action, and allies that open their minds, their hearts, and yes, their checkbooks, they're all essential to a tomorrow that looks very different than today. P&G is committed to growing our understanding. We're committed to growing trust in our consumers, and we're committed to growing and representing and serving more people authentically, at the same time growing all of our mutual success. I'm so excited about the more equal, compassionate, and inclusive future we are creating, and we are creating together. Thank you.